Welcome to Blue by 90. We are three dudes who talk maize and blue. We are your hosts. I'm Kalen, joined by Nate and Jack. And we just watched Michigan's win over Iowa here. And guys, let's just lead with the positives here. The defense kind of played lights out a little bit.
Yeah, defense was able to finally, show what they're made of.
Right, exactly. Defense showed up. They played out. I mean, first positive that comes to my mind, they had 3 interceptions. Josh Metellus, Lavert Hill, and Ambry Thomas.
Yeah, they were able to get some pressure on the quarterback. And
yeah, can't complain about any of that. Definitely one thing that does come to mind, they need to be more consistent on third downs, right? That 3rd and 22, that was a big third down that they definitely should have stopped them. And I don't know what the deal was. They couldn't seem to stop them.
Yeah, the third down play when Iowa was at their 10-yard line, it was 3rd and 20 something, and then they made that catch that changed the entire game momentum.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if anybody follows us on Instagram. If you don't, follow us on Instagram, Blue by 90. But one of the things that
Blue by 90 podcast.
Blue by 90 podcast. Thank you, Jack. One of the things we did see, our keys to the game were stop the run. Iowa's team rush yards, 1 yard.
Love it.
That's huge.
That's crazy.
We finally stopped the run.
Yeah, they were able to get some push finally. DeWomford was out there.
Yeah.
Kwity Paye was, before he got injured, he was making some great plays.
Great edge rushing.
Yeah.
Defense looked good. Cam McGrone was flying all over the field again. Defense looked great. If it wasn't for them, we would have lost the game. Offense still looks awful, but that we can say that.
Yeah, we'll get to that offense later. But for right now, I'm just trying to cover some of the positives, right? Defense, we looked good. We had 8 sacks.
Yeah, that was the most since 2016.
That's huge.
Yeah, the defense came to play today.
Defense came to play. We let up 260 pass yards, or some. I think it was pretty close to that.
Yeah, 260.
260.
Iowa was able to move the ball, but they were able to stop them when it came to the red zone area.
Right.
Iowa did make a lot of dumb mistakes on their part. They had some penalties. They had some turnovers. So
the 3 picks, that's what helped us so much.
Oh, for sure. The turnovers, we won the turnover battle. That was another huge part of our keys to the game. But they were able to pass the ball, which worries me because it was a little bit of those rub routes that we're worried about, right?
The rub routes, the crossing routes.
Those short crossing routes. They would just hit their receiver and all of a sudden first down. And they were just moving the ball down the field that way.
I thought that the defense played pretty well for being on the field so long. Not pretty well. They played extremely well for being on the field the entire game. Pretty much.
The time of possession battle, they definitely won that. I'm not exactly sure on the numbers.
Yeah, Jay. It was. They had 33 minutes, or about 34 minutes, and we had 26 minutes.
Yeah, so they won the time of possession battle, but we managed to win the game. So that's a testament to our defense, right? Mm-hmm. So something to be happy about there. I can't be displeased with that.
Nate Stanley was 23 for 42, so they threw the ball a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah, especially for Iowa, you'd expect them to be running the ball, but
you take away those picks, that's not it's not awful.
Yeah.
Hey, hands up to the defense. One guy I do always want to, highlight, Aiden Hutchinson, right? Aiden Hutchinson has just been having a great year, it seems like, so far.
He's been solid.
He's solid.
He's a huge player for Michigan, went to Divine Child, lots of tackles, huge in that Army game. His dad, Chris Hutchinson, went to Michigan, was a captain. So I think he's a doctor in the Detroit area now. So, Aiden Hutchinson, man, he had a great game too. But overall, the defense, they showed up to play today. Does anybody else have anything to say about the defense?
Defense looked good.
They look good, right?
Some young guys. Dax Hill was making some plays.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dax Hill looks like
Vincent
he's
Gray's
the starter. Vincent Gray's still playing well. Mm-hmm. Again, Cam McGrone, young guy, doing well.
Oh, dude, Cam McGrone.
Get in.
Cam McGrone had a sack or a sack in a hurry or something.
Yeah.
He was fast. Okay. He's fast, man.
So we had some young guys in there just balling. But, Jack, you kind of alluded to this over to the offense. Offense still needs some work.
Dude, that offense
is awful.
Dude, that offense is bad.
147 yards for Shea.
Consistently
Zero touchdowns.
0 touchdowns.
That's bad.
Ooh. Dude, I'm just being real. This offense, good luck. It's just not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, it's
what's
wrong?
The play calling doesn't seem to be like good. Today they didn't seem to throw the ball down the field at all, except for that one pass.
When they did, like, they actually moved the ball. And even another thing, when we did throw it downfield and Nico caught the ball, there was so much open space and open field for Nico to be able to get it and actually take it in for a touchdown, and Shea threw him back into the defender.
Yeah.
And luckily it was Nico who can come down with anything, so he caught it and we got the first down, but it's like, look negatively at a positive where we can improve, and that's like you just took away a touchdown right
so
there.
Many times the offense had an opportunity to take the game into control and just be up. They should have been up by 3 touchdowns at the end of this game.
This game should have been like 35-3, not 10-3.
And I think they did. So that field goal that they got was their first drive, and it was because Iowa fumbled the ball on first down. Yeah. So you think about it, the offense wasn't even able. They just got lucky being in a great spot.
Yeah, we got lucky because we fumbled the ball a number of times, and we just happened to recover it. Mm-hmm. So I'm almost like, did we fix those fumbling issues?
No.
Or are we just getting lucky on recovering them now? You know what I mean?
I mean, you should have seen us at the tailgate. We had girls and everybody was like showing them how to hold on to the football, trying to get it out of their hands. I mean, they're doing a better job than those guys are. Come on.
No, for real. I mean, another thing to note here, we had 3.6 yards per carry. Our run game is still struggling here. I mean, Zach Charbonnet had 42 yards running the ball, but you can't be running the ball for 3.6 yards.
And it's hard for these guys to even get any sort of rhythm if we keep taking out the running backs and put somebody else in. You know, it's like you're going back between Charbonnet and then Wilson and Christian Turner. Like, put somebody in, let them get a rhythm, and let them go.
Yeah. Now, I know I was saying this earlier. I don't know if you agree with me, Jack. I mean, I was saying that in that first possession, we were running the ball and we were establishing the line of scrimmage.
It's also we only ran the ball twice.
And it looks like...
I'm just going to argue with this on this one.
That's fine. No, I mean, it looked like we were establishing the line of scrimmage, setting it up for the play-action pass, which was working. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but it looks like we got away from that as the game went on, and we started passing and passing and passing, and to be frank, it wasn't working. What do you think about that?
I'm still somebody that thinks, I think when we are a passing offense, we are best.
Yeah.
And when we pass the ball and we are getting completions, getting the ball to our receivers, that's when we can actually run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just seeing what I want to see, but that's what I firmly believe. And when I watched the game today, that's what I noticed. When we actually were passing the ball and we were getting some yards and getting some momentum, and then we ran the ball and we got a 10-yard run, it looked like a smooth offense, and it was just going and going, and then we started trying to run the ball every now and again. We're just going right up the middle, just we don't know how to run it outside or find a hole or whatever it is. I don't know if we're not blocking or what it is, but I just think we're 100% better when we're a pass-first offense, and I'm going to firmly believe that, and I've said it for the past 3 years.
It just seems like for whatever reason, in that last quarter of the field, when we start getting towards the 30 of the 25, we can't seem to execute, right? All of a sudden, we can't score points, and now we're setting up to kick a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, they can't finish in the red zone. And it was the same issue last year. They couldn't do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
I don't know what the deal
same.
is. Yeah, I mean, what was the? I can't remember if it was last year or the year before we played Air Force and we had 5 field goals. Do you remember this at all? Mm-hmm. Anybody? And it just feels like the same kind of feeling. For whatever reason, we can march down the field. All of a sudden,
up until the red zone,
we can't move the ball. And now we're kicking field goals again. Or we got Quinn Nordine kicking 50-yard field goals, barely missing. Right. So
it was a pretty
that was
if you were at the game, Jack, right? They that dude can kick, but he had
the one where they iced him and he continued to kick it. He kicked it from the 48, so it would have been a 58-yard field goal, and he drilled it. It was halfway up that net through the middle of the uprights. If he could have been at the Iowa 40, and he would have made it. I mean, he rocked that ball.
Jeez.
I mean, he's got a leg. It's just the next one he just barely missed. I think it was wide right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he can get that sweet spot and kick it perfect, I mean that ball's gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing to realize too is that Iowa defense was good. I don't want to take
They're
anything
solid.
away from them.
Yeah.
And so I do want to realize that for Michigan and Michigan's offense, this was maybe the second best defense that they've played against, right? They first played against Wisconsin, and
Wisconsin is definitely
they
best,
couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
This defense was the second best, and it seemed like they were still struggling, but they were able to pull off the win. Something to be said for being able to pull the win out, right?
And even still a thing for me that I think it's like I truly don't believe that the defense is this good. I just think that we're not executing and able to make decisions when we're supposed to be making decisions. Like, if there's a guy open, hit him right away. Don't think about it too much. Like, if there's a flash where we can get them the ball, like, get them the ball. But it's just, like, can't make a decision, and, like, we're taking too much time, and then the line collapse, and then
Right.
you're getting either sacked, or you have to throw the ball away, or you're making a bad pass, or whatever it is. Like, I feel like there seems to be, like, quick decisions. Like, start running those short routes. Start running quick slants, and just, like, get some momentum where it's driving down the field bit by bit by bit, and we're actually gaining momentum. And then, even if you're running short passes, then, run the ball outside, or whatever it is. Like,
Right.
get some sort of momentum going.
Something
Running
going
the ball
on.
up the middle consistently is not going to get that momentum.
No,
going.
I feel
And
you
it's
on that.
Proven not to have
Yeah.
for Michigan.
No, I mean, what do you guys think about Shea's play? Nate, I know you have some strong feelings about Shea. I mean, what do you think?
Well, looking back on the first pass, right, with Nico, I mean, Nico had to adjust for that.
Right.
And then the pick, and I don't know, man, it just... I don't want to go into it.
I mean, say what you will.
He
Shea
just-
didn't have a lot of pass yards. I don't know.
He just
I don't
seems,
have to
I get scared watching him, man. Like some of the pitches the pitch that he made today, where it ended up being like
It was almost
the
knocked
first
down.
play of the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I was thinking about a different one. It almost got knocked down where he pitched it to Turner or Charbonnet or whatever. I mean,
that
like,
one. That's one I'm talking
gained
about.
3 or 4 yards, but I was like, oh god, I thought it was
Gosh.
about to get knocked down. They're gonna take it to the house.
Take to the house, yeah.
No, Shea Patterson, I mean, he had 25 rush yards on 7 carries.
He had some good reads.
He did have some good
He
runs.
did a lot better with-
Yeah,
with the
he had some
reads.
great runs.
He had a 15-yard run. He did better today, I thought, if there was, like, nobody open and he took it himself.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see him do that more often.
I think we need to get him rolling out way more often. Give him
Right.
some options where he can either throw it or he can run it.
I mean-
and he's already getting the momentum going to be able to do that, and that's the kind of quarterback he is. He's not a sit in the pocket guy. Like,
Right.
get him out of the pocket, let him make a play, and get around and get some momentum going for the team. And I mean, be able to move the ball downfield.
No, we saw some against Rutgers, right? Those, like, naked boot runs where the line pulls one way, Shea runs the other way, pulls out, makes a pass.
And that's another thing I think we should do with our running game, even just for the running backs. Like, fake counter or whatever and have the line go this way and the running back goes that way. At least create some space where we're getting this whole speed and space that we haven't seen all
No,
year
100%.
long.
Yeah,
Where
you're-
actually we're getting guys isolated with one defender and let them like be able to make a move and hopefully break away.
That should be the whole point of speed and space, right?
Get people
Spreading
open.
out the
Get
whole.
them the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm 100% in agreement with you. Yeah, we need to get these guys out in space. Especially, we got these huge NFL receivers, right? I mean, I don't know if anybody was listening to the Fox pregame show or halftime show, but you had Urban Meyer going like, "Why are they not passing to DPJ?" Now I know he's big on DPJ, but I mean,
Dude,
why aren't we?
You can tell he's still like bitter about that.
Yeah, he's bitter about not getting him at Ohio State.
But I think he makes a great point. I honestly think if DPJ was at a place like Ohio State or at a place like Oklahoma, they'd be giving him a lot of targets. He'd be a big name in college football.
Yeah.
Nico
Dude, it's
Collins,
just
same
sad,
thing.
man. I feel
If I was
like we
them,
have,
I'd go to a different university.
dude. They don't get the ball
Oof.
enough.
If they're not getting the ball.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
starting a
straight up.
rumor right here or what?
I'm not starting a rumor. I'm just saying
we
if I
ain't
was
doing
them,
that.
that's what
No,
I
we
would
ain't
do.
doing that. Yeah.
I mean, like you're seeing all these other receivers that are like
I would understand
You know,
it.
people are looking at it like, dang, like Hollywood Brown, like all these guys are like blowing up, and then you see
Yeah.
these like amazing receivers we have, but they just don't get the opportunity, which is like
What was DPJ
it's
today?
Sickening.
Do you know his stats?
I think he had like 69 yards or something. Maybe that was Nico.
That must have been Nico.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think all our receivers actually were fine. Honestly, pretty much every game, I think that they're doing solid. It's hard to tell when your receiver's not having a good game, right? Because usually that just means that they don't have a lot of yards. But we pass the ball around or so infrequently that it's difficult to tell. So,
Yeah, this
Another leading receiver, Collins, 63 yards.
6,
Well,
okay,
3
that was
receptions.
Nico then. Okay. Well,
You didn't see Ronnie Bell get too many targets today, right?
Yeah,
He had
Ronnie
a couple,
Bell.
but
I mean, I
don't
think he had that one
I don't know if
drop.
he had any. Yeah, he had that one drop where that should have been a catch, but for whatever reason he stopped running.
Yeah, we saw Mikey Sainristil get a little
couple
catch.
times. I think he had one.
So-
yeah, that actually was a great play.
That was a good play. Third down.
That was third down and long. He made the catch, and that set up that Zach Charbonnet touchdown. So if he wouldn't have made that catch, and if Shea wouldn't have thrown that ball,
It would have been a totally different game.
It would have been a different game.
Yeah. So I think we definitely capitalized on some of Iowa's mistakes, and we made some good offensive plays early, right?
They moved really fast out the gate.
Yeah. Actually,
First drive was probably the best drive they had.
one thing that I think we can say that we did well almost all game was we were fast, right, in terms of running plays, lining up, and not making personnel mistakes and things
I think
like
towards
that.
the beginning, it seemed like they were moving fast, and then towards
Yeah,
the end, it
that's
just
right.
seemed
It
like
just
more of the
slowed down.
same.
Right.
Quick.
Well, I just mean first half of the game, there
First
was
quarter.
well, first half in general, right? I mean, we were
I'm
not.
just mad about the game. I think we suck.
We should have won by more, but I can't be mad about a win. That's
DPJ
all.
had 4 receptions for 26 yards.
That's not a lot at all.
He had the most targets, I think. So yeah, I guess that is what it is.
Yeah, it's just tough because we have so many great receivers, and I feel like we don't take advantage
Those
of
are
all
our
their
best
abilities.
players.
Right?
They're our best players. Why we're not getting the ball?
Yeah. How many rush yards did DPJ have? He were lined up to run the ball.
Oh, that
It was
was
-9. That we were
yeah,
trying
that
to
was
do the trick
ridiculous.
play.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my
Don't
God.
run the ball. Just give him the ball. Throw it to him. He's a receiver. We can't run the ball anyway. Why
Yeah.
run it with a receiver? I'm like, what are you even thinking?
How many screen passes do we do?
I think we had like 3
You see Alabama, you see Oklahoma doing screen passes.
because they can fucking block.
No, that's one thing that I criticize Nico for. Is I see Nico out there sometimes giving up on a block, and I'm like, dude, if you would have continued your block, we could have had another 10 yards on a run or something like that.
I think that's one of our biggest things. We got to be a better blocking team.
So I think we
That's
got.
I mean, that's got to be the biggest reason why we can't run the ball.
We gotta be-
other than the play calling, just saying run it right up the middle.
Yeah, we got to be better blockers out on the edge, and I think that's huge. But yeah, I think in general we're pleased to get the win, but we want to see the
More.
offense capitalize better. Defense, keep rolling.
Defense, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, defense got it.
Don Brown
keep
defense
rolling.
stepped up. I mean, look, 3 points to a top 14 team. Number 14 in the country. Let up 3 points.
Yeah,
And our defense was on the field majority of the game. I mean, I can't stress enough how happy I am with the defense and how great they looked, but our offense looked that bad. We're on this upset after a victory.
Yeah, I'm with Jack.
yeah.
The offense is just awful.
That's 100%
God-awful.
a great point. I just want to bring it to next
Bring
week.
back Pep. Bring back
Yeah,
Pep.
no, you're the
No,
you're literally
no.
the only person I've ever heard say that.
Pep and John O'Corn, man. It's the recipe for success.
Do they
That's
need-
a recipe for absolute failure.
I say like just
never say that ever again.
just pay Tom Brady like so much money that he
Yeah, pay Tom Brady $500 million to come
Yeah.
like
whatever
coach the QBs.
Tom Brady's
it.
wife makes, just double that, and then maybe he'll just be like,
I don't know
you
if I
know
wanna
what,
see
football
him,
was
like,
fun, but
kissing his son at the fucking stadium.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's weird.
That's a little too
It was
much.
the weird thing was him kissing Robert Kraft after the Super Bowl win.
Did not see
Oh.
that. Don't
Yeah,
want to see that.
yeah, that was weird.
Robert
Yeah.
Kraft.
For everybody who wants to know, that's up on our Twitter
Yeah,
page.
I don't get that.
No, I'm lying. Don't look on our Twitter page for that.
I
Look on
don't-
our Twitter page for real football information.
Yeah, I don't get that how you can't eat a strawberry but you'll kiss Robert Kraft. Like that doesn't make sense. to me.
Disgusting. No, I just want to bring it forward to next week. Then we're playing Illinois. Shouldn't be a huge ordeal. Illinois lost to Eastern Michigan and Nebraska. I was watching them earlier, and they threw a pick 6 to Minnesota.
Or they got the pick 6.
Or
Minnesota did the pick,
yes,
yeah.
they got a pick 6, ran it back versus Minnesota. Looks like Brandon Peters, former Michigan QB, is the QB there, and it looks like he's fine. Unfortunately, he's just on a bad team. That's pretty much how it
Yeah, I
looks.
think for him it was about playing, right?
Yeah.
You get these play there.
I mean, now to be fair, they had 346 rush yards versus Nebraska. That's a lot. Now
We have an offense that can move the ball.
versus Nebraska, who I watched them play
Ohio State.
Say what you will about Ohio State, but they couldn't stop them for anything. And then according to the ESPN FPI, Michigan should win that game 89.6%. So
Yeah, I feel like for me that's a win.
that's a win.
Hey, let's talk about Penn State, man.
Yeah, so the week after Illinois is Penn State, and that's at Penn State. Most likely, game time has not been announced. Most likely, it's going to be at night.
It's probably gonna be at night,
And
it's gonna be big. It's gonna be like a
big whiteout game.
20 matchup, right? Michigan's probably gonna be ranked like 16,
Right.
going into that, and they'll just make it a whiteout because why not?
Right.
This is a big game for them. It's a big home game. I don't know. Do they play Ohio State on the road, or I don't know who else in
I'm
the
not
East that
exactly
they're
sure.
playing home. So.
It's a good question.
Penn State looks scary, man. They have a lot of athletes on that team. I think, honestly, Michigan going into that environment and having the offense that they do right now. Can you imagine having this offense run the way it is and not even being able to communicate because they have to deal with crowd noise now? It's gonna be sad, dude. It's gonna be sad. Ooh.
No confidence in our offense.
No confidence.
And this was something we talked about, like our preseason show, I think, where it's like we always have to worry about if our offense is gonna score enough because we know our defense is gonna do the job, and it's always like, oh, is our defense gonna be able to hold them so we can win the game? Instead of being like, okay, is our offense gonna be able to score enough? Like, our offense is awful.
Yeah.
Just if we can score points, we're fine. We know the defense is gonna do the job.
Yeah.
We don't need the defense to be able to carry the team when they're on the field majority of the game. Like that's a ridiculous ask for any defense to be able to do. And offense just needs to figure it out.
Dude, I think it's just not going to be a good year.
Now,
They're going to lose
fair-
like 4 or 5 games.
To be fair, I don't really think Penn State has played anybody. So, yeah, they ran a score up against Idaho. Who cares?
Maryland.
They
Big
killed
Ten team.
Maryland, yeah.
They killed Maryland. Dude, Maryland, did anybody watch that Maryland game where they played, Tulane or whatever?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Temple?
Temple. They played Temple. It was they couldn't hold on to the ball. They couldn't score. They couldn't
Michigan.
do any. Dude,
Yeah.
they looked way worse.
Yeah.
So it was bad. So
I'm nervous for that game. I think that'll be a good.
yeah, Maryland
matchup.
came out. They killed Syracuse, but like we always say, ACC is not that
don't really
good.
know.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Penn State, they have that offense in place,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Where they don't have to worry about switching all the time. They got a consistent
Yeah.
thing.
Actually,
they know what
yeah.
they know their
you don't hear
identity.
stuff from Penn State. The offense just looks like garbage, and the
Yeah.
defense, they don't have. It's just they're a good team.
They're a good team.
It'll be a good game for them next week because they are 10-12. Is that next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be a good game for them next week because they play Iowa. So that'd be a good measuring stick for us. How did we do against Iowa? How did they do against Iowa? Right? And that'll
They'll
give
probably
us...
blow Iowa out.
Yeah, well, so if they beat Iowa 42-10, then that'll give us an idea of oh, crap, we got something to worry about against Penn State, right? I mean, we already know we do.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you guys. They don't have a Saquon this year, right?
That's gonna be solid. Like Nate
They
was saying,
KJ
we just know they're solid every
Hamler.
year.
They got KJ
Yeah.
Hamler, yeah.
I don't know. At
So-
least, I mean, I feel like we have a guy who's just as dynamic. DPJ and Nico are.
Right,
Except
exactly.
we can't get him the ball.
We can't get him the ball. Yeah, I don't know.
Haven't figured that one out yet. I don't know.
So I just feel like we have a better defense than...
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, pausing the podcast. We got
Yeah.
neighbors
Someone's
bouncing around.
making a bunch of noise. Yeah, what's
Anyway,
going on?
continue.
They must be really upset with the offense.
Yeah. But
I agree.
No,
That's right.
I just feel like we have good offense, or good offense.
no,
We have good
defense.
receivers.
Receivers, yes. They
And
have good talent.
They have good receivers. So I don't see why we can't compete with them.
Put
But-
Jay Millie in. I want Jay Millie.
Yeah.
I'd go anywhere at this point.
Just
yeah.
throw that bomb downfield.
He'll stop. Yeah.
Do you think putting Joe Milton in there
I
would
don't
be
think it would
worse?
hurt. I don't think it would hurt the offense.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But also, is it a play calling thing? Is it I just don't know, and I'm so confused. I don't know what is wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what to do to fix the
I'm so
offense.
frustrated.
Dude, watching the last 3 quarters I was so
Oh,
bored.
miserable.
I was so
I
bored.
was like, what is going on?
Oh, so boring.
Oh.
Defense was great, but offense was so boring.
It was the same score as the Super Bowl last year. I just felt like I was watching.
Just waiting for the commercials.
I was watching a crappier Super Bowl.
Ugh.
Just oh god.
Yeah. Well, just looking at the scores right now, I mean, Florida's up on Auburn 17-13. That's kind of weird. Texas is up on West Virginia 21-14. But my whole point of saying that is teams like Auburn and Texas are way more explosive than Michigan.
Everybody.
And I feel like Michigan has great athletes. So I don't know what the deal is there that we can't seem to execute on these supposedly explosive plays.
Doesn't make sense.
So that's what I'm looking for. I don't know about you guys if you got anything.
I just want to see the offense do something.
Yeah.
Offense needs to do something. They need to score points. They need to look fluid. We need to have an identity.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see against Illinois. I mean, defense, we know what we got.
Yeah.
Offense, we don't.
I have no hope.
Yeah. Against Illinois, I just want to see the defense come out and absolutely execute and destroy them. And
Keeps in the game.
I want to see the
offense
offense take that next step, right? I want to see them make those passes to those explosive NFL receivers. I want to see them execute those read options to Zach Charbonnet and let him run for more than 20 yards.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking
get the
forward
blocking.
to.
Like if we're doing a run play, block your people.
Yeah.
Let us be able to get more than 3 yards.
So, yeah. Sorry if you can hear this. I have absolutely no idea what's going on over there. But yeah, we got Big Nate over here running down there.
Don't harass him.
To be quiet. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now.
He was like some 8-year-old. I thought that was like a 40-year-old man like slamming on the door. That was crazy.
Little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's a bit different. Yeah, if you're listening for the first time, welcome to Blue by Night.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think that's what we're looking forward to in the Illinois game.
Dude, they just gotta just gotta throw the ball downfield.
You think
Throw
so?
the ball downfield, let somebody
Get
do
receivers
something,
open.
get receivers open.
See, I'm just not
Just
looking...
play solid defense. But I really think that this year, my hope is that they can beat Penn State and beat Michigan State. They will lose to Notre Dame and Ohio State, no question. They're just not good enough to beat those teams.
My whole thing is I'm not looking forward to just throw it up and let it happen. I want the play design to dictate, getting receivers open and letting them, run in space. My thought was that was the whole point of Speed in Space was, designing the plays to let them excel, right? Putting them in a position where they can, shine. Not just being like, all right, run deep.
I don't want them to throw the ball.
I think we're all on the same page with that.
But they gotta do something to get.
They gotta do something.
Well, and I think that's kind of what we were all saying while we were watching, right? Was I don't know if it's Shea, I don't know if it's the line, and I don't know if it's good defense or guys not getting open.
At this point, I'm convinced it's either Shea, guys getting
or
open,
the play
or
calling. Yeah,
I think the line's fine. I'm over that right now.
Yeah, I thought the line played well.
I think it's Shea or play calling.
Yeah, I agree with you guys both.
I mean, if Dylan comes back and, let's say, if Dylan were to get a shot, I would like to just see Dylan play a whole game.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose? Like, you either find out, we'll just be whatever we were before, or maybe something happens.
Yeah.
There's just, you can't win any of these big games with this offense.
I don't think we downgrade by changing our quarterback.
Yeah, at this point,
I
don't think Shea needs more reps. He's been with the team. He knows everybody. I'm assuming he knows the offense. If you don't know the offense, that's a huge problem, right? So, I don't see why he can't execute the offense and why we can't excel. So, hopefully against Illinois, if we have any issues, we can iron them out, right?
Dude, this podcast just turned into a huge it feels like last 2 weeks ago we lost. The expectations are just so high.
Man, yeah.
It's not satisfied. They had so many opportunities to get up big, and we're just going man, this sucks, dude.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, we got plenty to look forward to. Plenty of good games coming on later, so I just want to see the offense execute the way I know they can, right? I just want to see them execute the way LSU does. LSU comes out and puts up huge points. I'm just like, dude, why are we not doing this? So
Yeah.
that's where we're at. Does anybody have anything else to add? No? All right, well, follow us on Instagram. Catch us on YouTube. If you have anything to say, leave us a like or a comment.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Blue by 90 podcast.
Yep, Blue by 90. All right, thanks for listening. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Go Blue.